everyone, welcome. Daria Plomata, the buyer specialist on the One Corner team with Keller Williams One Chicago. And I am here with Joel Holland, who is our lead listing specialist. And we just recorded a few great videos that talk about the difference between private and public listings, as well as what are the pros and cons for buyers to even be looking at those private listings. Now that we're here, Joel, let's talk about the seller's perspective. Why would they even remotely want to go on the private network? Why is that a benefit for them?
Absolutely. So this is the question we've seen in recent years. We've seen a huge increase in the number of properties selling off market. And so be sure to check out our first video on the differences, because a private listing or off market could mean slightly different things. But so as a seller, let's put ourselves in the shoes of a seller and pros and cons of public and private or on or off market. So if I'm on the private market or off market, I'm not accruing days on market. As if I'm public, all the websites now are showing how many days I'm on market. So what if I am not very motivated, or I need to test some pricing, or the property isn't ready for market? I can at least get some market exposure without accruing days on market and looking like something's wrong. So a double benefit: not accruing days on market and allowing me to extra time to test market pricing. Maybe I'm deciding between two pricing strategies. Well, let's try the higher pricing strategy because there's no con of accruing days on market, or what we call a making me move price. Hey, I'm willing to sell in the next 6 months. If someone's willing to give me my price, I'll take it now, but I'm not ready to go on public market yet. A lot of times also, hey, I need to move in 6 months from now, but I don't want to wait for 6 months. So I want to offer it to a smaller pool of buyers who are willing to be flexible on closing date. So in the general public, most aren't willing to wait more than 3 months for financing reasons or their current living situation. So private market or off market allows sellers to possibly find buyers who are willing to be flexible on their closing date. Perhaps you're a high-end client or a public figure, and you don't want the public knowing that your address or property is on market, is also another benefit to reducing your exposure in public and private. Or perhaps, you know what, I know I need to sell, but I'm not yet ready. So maybe I don't have interior photos yet. If somebody's willing to knock on my door and give me the price, I'm willing to do the showing, but I don't want to be on market public yet. So the benefit of that is you also get a lot less tire kickers, because once you open it to the public, anyone can access the showing. So you sometimes weed out some buyers who aren't as motivated. But the cons, you have to be ready for showings. So it's not like you can just get a price and do whatever you want. You still have to be available for showings, and you are only getting a fraction of the exposure. And typically, the higher the demand, the higher the price, and you are by nature limiting your exposure. So you'd have to make sure you are getting a buyer who's willing to pay a premium to make it worthwhile. So I hope you found the pros and cons helpful, and be sure to check out our other videos on pros and cons for buyers and the nuances between public and private. Thanks so much.